All right, guys, thank you for joining me. Appreciate it as always. Yo, right after this, I'm going right to bed. Fuck that. I had enough. All right, so let's get it on. So tonight, this is going to be real short. Um, Again, because I'm tired and I got to get up early tomorrow morning and then do a midweek report. So we'll handle that. Dana, Patrice, Mr. Landfill, thank you for the 5x5. Maria, Dobie, Raccoon Eyes, Flown Grown, Joe, Frank, thank you for the 5x5. WTC, Kathy, Lisa, Sarita, Joseph, thank you for the 5x5. Ozark, Prepper, Tia, SFDLC, Patty, thank you for the 5x5. Dakota, let's go. Prep to adapt. Deanna, thank you for the 5x5. All right, guys. So, what we're going to talk about tonight is nothing new. But there was a video of a car short braking in front of another car so that the car would hit car A, right? Let's say car A's asshole, and they're running around in their car, and they pulled up in front of a car and they jammed their brakes on, hoping that car B would smash into them. But car B had good brakes, so the driver, stopped with a good amount of distance. Then the car A pulled up, and then reversed into car B, creating damage for both cars. Now the lady had a dash cam on her board. She had a dash cam on her car. Went to Homestead. Which live stream? The last one I just did today? Just now? A few minutes ago? Right, brake check. But that was way more than a brake check. So anyway, the damage is created. People in car A come out holding their neck and their head. And I automatically knew that they were lying. Before I even knew that it was a scam, and they did an article finding out that it was a scam, because you watched the video, you knew. And before articles were written on it, the way they were holding their head and their neck, I'm like, impossible. The injury doesn't match the mechanism of the accident. Normally when that happens, you're in shock, so you don't normally feel head and neck pain till like moments later. It could be 5 minutes later, it could be 2 days later, but you don't feel it as soon as you come out of the car. And of course, they come out of the car holding their neck, their head and their neck. And then I look close at the video and I'm like, migrants. All right. Yeah, so I go, oh, it's fucking migrants. And of course, excuse me, I just fucking had it here. But anyway, of course, guys, I'm looking at it, and it was like a clown car. It was something like, I don't know, 5 people maybe came out of the car. So of course now they come out of the car. The driver, who then switched places. So now, I forgot this part. As they back into the car, people in the back seat try to put up a block, like a curtain or some shit, a box or whatever it was, to block the window so that they could switch seats. And then they let it down, and everybody gets out of the car holding their bullshit. So I forgot to talk about that part. But with that, then they get out of the car, they're holding their necks in their heads, and a couple of ladies take their phones so that they can record the license plate of the lady's car, car B. Now the guy walks up to the car, he sees the dash cam on it, he gets on his phone, and then another car picks him up and he leaves, leaving the other 4 or 3 people stranded behind. Now the car was still operational. I don't know why they all didn't jump in and leave, but like somebody just said, it was an insurance scam. And that was what people are going to start doing very soon. Now, this was a one-off situation, but the problem with migrants, guys, is that they'll see something, they'll do something, and then they'll fucking repeat. And you'll see this in numerous times. All right, I'm putting the the link to the last live stream in the chat. I think that's what you wanted, right? Or in the description section. I don't know. I'm really starting to power down now. But anyway, so all of that, guys, to say is that keep your head on the swivel. Be aware of this new scam that's going on. Now, people, like someone just said, it's an insurance scam, but it's more than an insurance scam because it's damaging your car and getting you hurt. And when they keep doing this, insurance fraud, excuse me, thank you, Carrie. But instead of just getting hurt, guys, or just damaging your car, it raises the insurance for everybody else. Now, this car, I can undoubtedly tell you, probably didn't have insurance. I'm not quite sure if they had plates on it or not, but still. Right, the insurance rates go up. And we've seen that here in New York State because of the rideshare cars, Uber, Lyft. These cars are adding to the increase of insurance here in New York City. I've seen a tremendous amount of increase in my own insurance, and when I ask them why is it going up, they go because of the rideshare. I'm like, well, then focus on the rideshare and double their, and not ours. Well, because they were causing so many accidents. This is according to insurance agent. They were causing so many accidents, you could only raise their premium so much. And because it was being raised too much and it was costing the company, Lyft and so much money, that now it had to trickle down to us, the actual people. So with that, the other side of that coin is the city or the state agreed to making that happen. So they had to sign some kind of bill for this to happen because it also gets people to get rid of their cars and solely focus on ride bikes, the share bikes, or getting your own bike or riding mass transit. So that's also the flip side of that problem is it raises all of this shit for us, and people are getting rid of their cars because they can't afford the insurance. And this is why you see so many people registering their cars out of state, which I wholeheartedly agree with now. Some people are like, why? I'm like, because the insurance companies are scamming the fucking working class. Instead of raising the premium on the multi-billion-dollar businesses, that's now is trickling down to us, and we have to pay for that, which I wholeheartedly think is bullshit. Nonetheless, we are paying for it. And this should definitely not be... I wonder if I can see the fire from my balcony. Paul F., I saw that. I think that's new. And I'm hoping the back pay, Paul, counts the LWOP, because I was on LWOP for, I think, a month. Right before I was on LWOP maybe longer than a month. But if I can get back pay from that, that's a good few $1,000s there. Johnny 3 Ways, you should be more accepting and understanding of illegals. But anyway, again, it's an insurance scam, fraud, whatever you want to call it. Nonetheless, it's still a problem. Because it's going to jack everything up. And, of course, insurance companies now are going to try to figure out how. We pay for it. Like, again, insurance companies are scumbags. So when people register their cars out of state, I wholeheartedly agree with it now. Before, I was like, that's illegal. They shouldn't do that. But now that I'm older, and I'm like, yo, fuck these companies, man. Screw them. These people are always screwing over the working class people. Meanwhile, migrants get a free pass on everything. The multi-billion-dollar share ride companies are getting a free pass on everything. And we have to pay for it because they don't want to raise their premium. Also, the delivery guys, they don't have insurance on their bikes. Now, they should have insurance, but they don't. That's another bullshit. Why don't bike delivery guys have insurance? They're causing a lot of accidents in the city. You can absolutely start having, Uber Eats and those other eating delivery apps have the government charge them insurance. Each rider who has a bike should be paying insurance. The insurance should be like no more than $10-12. Nonetheless, the insurance will help cover their bike in case of an accident, and it would also help them being covered if they get injured. That's a fucking perfect segue. That's going to make them a few $1 million a year if they actually start having these guys pay insurance. Now, I know a lot of liberals are going to be like, they shouldn't have to pay insurance because they're trying to make ends meet. Such is life. You're on a bicycle, you're flying through red lights, you're going against traffic, you should pay insurance now. That's a simple solution, but they don't want to go down that road. Because who the fuck knows why? Oh, Grubhub, DoorDash, yeah, those other apps. I think Postmates was another one. And they should be having these people pay their riders. The bike guys should have insurance, but they're getting away with that for now. But I'm pretty sure if I can get a hold of an elected official here in New York City, I can have them throw that on the floor. Even just suggesting it would work. Thank you, Sarita. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. She reminded me about the raw milk farm thing because I ultimately forgot about it. Send them all back. We need our food, man. No, I mean, listen. Send them back. Give them, have them pay insurance, whatever it is. They want to feel like Americans. They should start paying fucking bike insurance. But what about the other bikers that are riding around the city and not delivering? They don't fucking have to pay insurance. That is leisure. This is not leisure. This is, and of course they're gonna circumvent that. A lot of them are gonna say that they're riding their bike leisurely with a giant fucking delivery pack on their back. Nonetheless, they definitely should have them pay for insurance, because that wouldn't equal shit up, but it'll definitely keep ours from getting raised. And I know a lot of inner cities deal with the bike. A lot of you guys that live out in the sticks, you don't have to deal with the bikes. You deal with delivery guys that driving cars. Nonetheless, guys, that insurance fraud, that scam, that was caught all on dash cam, no one's going to get paid out from that. No, even though New York State is a no-fault state, meaning it doesn't matter, they have proof of a scam. They have them covering up the windows. They have drivers switching places. They have people coming out faking their injuries. And the thing is, too, guys, if you get, according to an insurance guy, if you get into an accident, whether you were hurt or not, always say you were hurt. It's a bit of a tidbit of information. Insurance companies will always pay out the full amount of your car. Well, a lot of insurance companies will. Not all of them. A lot of them will. The Angry Truth dropped the... fuck, shit, piss. You can go back on the Angry Prepper channel and get the link. But because I'm ready to go off the air in like 2 minutes, I'll drop this in here now. There goes the link for the PDF, guys, for the thing I was talking about earlier today. And that's crazy. The Immigration Act of 1918 won't be enforced because they want all of these people to live. Oh, by the way, talking about that, I'm probably going to talk about it tomorrow morning, but apparently there was a migrant who was trying to play gay, and he overdid it. You know he overdid it. So anyway, this migrant came over and was about to get deported back to his country, but he said he can't get deported because he's gay. And he had all the gay paraphernalia on. Rainbow hat, shirt, a cock ring around his neck, like the whole 9 yards. And they sent him back to his country anyway because he wasn't gay enough. I was like, holy shit. I had to read it a couple times. I'm like, this has to be a fake article. It didn't say satire. It could have been. But yo, he was trying to gay it up to not go back. And he overdid it because he had too much shit on. He was all like fucking trying to gay himself out. He didn't believe his shit and sent his ass back anyway. So, yeah. Plays gay. And it's funny, too, because, I mean, you really can't tell, but a lot of the migrants coming over are not, they're not the broken wrist posse. You don't see a lot of them coming over. You don't see a lot of broken wrist posses coming across the world. They probably don't. They don't want to get dirty. You know, they rather stay where they are and listen to Liza Minnelli and fucking Barbara Streisand fucking songs. But, yeah, they're not gay enough. Shit was insane. It's insanity. Anyway, guys, with that, I'll see a lot of you guys tomorrow morning. I'm going to go to bed now. Not now, but right now. Not right now, but this very second. Not this very second, but like